Levi would have been 16, like his twin sister Lacey, who was at a news conference today with her mother and grandmother to announce a new statewide emergency protocol for abducted children. It's called Levi's Call.
This would have been one more tool that law enforcement would have had to try to solve that case on an expeditious basis and to get Levi back unharmed.
That was in 2002 when Georgia Governor Roy Barnes implemented a statewide child abduction alert system. It's known as a Levi's Call. That alert is named after 11-year-old Levi Frady. Levi was abducted while riding his bike home from a friend's house. He was found murdered in Dawson Forest a day later. That murder took place in 1997, and still today, 18 years later, the case remains unsolved. I sat down with one of the original investigators in the case who says the key to solving this Georgia mystery may be locating two unidentified men. 11-year-old Levi Frady was riding his bike home down this country road. It was just before 7 p.m. on October 22nd, 1997. Then something happened, something terrible. Levi was abducted.
It was in an area that you couldn't see from any homes. Next to a driveway, there's a creek. But it was one of those areas where none of the neighbors, if anything would have happened right there, none of the neighbors would have been able to see it.
The abduction took place on Little Mill Road. His bike was found near this creek just off the side of the road. The search for Levi ended the next day, miles away from where he was taken. It was deep in the woods inside Dawson Forest where a hunter made the tragic and heartbreaking discovery.
His body was submerged in the water. You could see very little of the body. Levi's backpack was found in that same area, just off of that little gravel road. And then there was some signs of a struggle, and it was obvious that Levi had been shot at that location. We have one sketch of an individual in Dawson Forest that looked out of place and looked suspicious. And then as far as the Forsyth County scene, there was a gentleman in the area who was going door to door.
Do you think if someone correctly identified one of those sketches that perhaps could unlock this mystery?
It could be the key.
Now, not only did I speak with the original investigator in the Levi Frady case, I went back to the scene with my own team of experts. Criminal investigator Charles Middlestat, former detective Mike Brooks, and forensic death investigator from Jacksonville State University, Joseph Scott Morgan.
The best evidence they have right now, physical evidence, is the ballistics. Because if that gun is ever used again, they have something, shell casing, maybe a piece of the cartridge to compare it to.
We have ballistic evidence that's really the only affirmative thing that can be linked to somebody.
The most compelling piece of evidence for me are the remains. Given the lengths that this individual went to and what he apparently may have done to the body, this gives me an indication that there's probably a lot of fear and a lot of anger on the part of the perpetrator to eradicate evidence and obviously to keep Levi from identifying him.
There's two theories, I think. It was someone that he knew that maybe got him into the vehicle, or it was a total stranger abduction by a predator who pulled up, had that gun, pointed the gun at him, and said, "Get in the car."
Now, all it takes is one break, one lead, one confession by somebody, one tip by a jilted lover, a scorned friend, a ballistic match. Absolutely, it can be solved.
The best way for you to help in this investigation is to share the sketches of two possible witnesses investigators have not yet identified. Go to our Facebook page to find these composites that we've posted. Please tweet them and share them. The first one is the man who was seen on Little Mill Road in Forsyth County. That's the place where Levi's bike was found. The second sketch is of a man who was seen in Dawson Forest where Levi was murdered. The second potential witness also was seen with a vehicle. It was a small blue truck with a white camper. Once again, please go to our Facebook page and share these sketches so we can help investigators. Anyone with information regarding either man or on Levi's case should call the GBI tip line at 1-800-597-8477. There is a $10,000 reward.